What if I told you that January 2025 will be a completely different month from anything you've ever experienced before? What if I told you that the universe has prepared 12 very special things, 12 cosmic gifts that will completely change your life from now on? My dear Gemini, you are not here by chance. It's no coincidence that you found this video right now, at this very moment in your life. The universe has a very peculiar way of guiding us, of showing us the paths we need to follow, and it brought you here because there is a very important message waiting for you. January is not just the first month of the year. It's not just a new beginning on the calendar. For you who were born under the sign of Gemini, January 2025 marks the beginning of a profound transformation, a cosmic turning point that will touch all areas of your life. These are 12 very specific things, 12 movements of the universe that are aligned to make you an even stronger, more prosperous person, even more connected to your life's purpose. And most importantly, if you don't recognize these opportunities, if you don't understand the signs that the heavens will send you, you may miss blessings that have been specially prepared for your path. That's why I need you to stay here with me until the end of this video, because each piece of information I'm going to share with you is like a key that will open a different door in your life. Stay calm, stay relaxed, take a deep breath and prepare your heart to receive everything that the universe has already set aside for you. First thing, a complete renewal of your mental energy and your communication skills. My dear Gemini, the first thing the universe has in store for you in January is something that has everything to do with your essence, with what defines you as a person. Gemini is a sign ruled by the planet of communication, the planet of thought, and you know very well how active your mind is, how fast your thoughts race, how you can think about 1,000 things at once. But I need to tell you a truth. Lately, you felt your mind tired. You felt that your thoughts are confused, that your words sometimes don't come out the way you'd like. It's as if there's a fog, a smoke hindering the mental clarity that has always been your greatest gift. Well, know that in January this fog will dissipate completely. The universe will bring you a profound renewal of your mental energy, a cleansing of everything that was heavy, of everything that was blocking your ability to think clearly and express yourself with confidence. You'll notice that words will begin to flow much more naturally, that ideas will emerge with impressive force, and that your communication will become even more powerful than it already was. And that's no small thing, my love, because for Gemini, communication is almost like breathing. It's essential to their existence. January will bring very important encounters through words. Conversations that seemed impossible will happen. Dialogues you've postponed for a long time will finally take place, and you'll be surprised by how easily you'll be able to express what you feel, what you think, what you desire. Perhaps you need to have a difficult conversation with a family member. Perhaps you need to set boundaries in a relationship. Perhaps you need to take a stand at work in a way that previously scared you. Know that the universe will give you all the necessary eloquence, all the wisdom needed to speak at the right time, in the right way with the right words. But that's not all. This renewal of your mental energy also means that you will begin to have powerful insights. You will begin to see solutions to problems that previously seemed impossible to solve. Your intuition will be much sharper, and you will realize that you are receiving messages from the universe through thoughts that arise out of nowhere, through ideas that appear at the most unexpected moments. Pay attention to these insights, write them down, don't let them pass you by, because they are divine gifts coming your way. And there's one more very important thing about this first blessing of January. Your ability to learn will be amplified. If you have a desire to study something new, to learn a new skill, to delve deeper into some knowledge, January is the perfect month to start. Your mind will be like a sponge, absorbing everything easily, connecting information brilliantly, making associations that other people can't even perceive. Use this energy to your advantage, my dear. Invest in your learning, seek knowledge, nourish your mind with good and constructive things. The universe is opening the channels of knowledge for you, facilitating your access to wisdom, and this will put you on another level. It will make you grow in an impressive way. So the first thing you need to know is this. January brings a complete renewal of your mental energy and your communication, and this will transform the way you relate to the world, how you express yourself, how you solve problems, and how you connect with other people. Open your heart to receive this blessing because it comes directly from the universe to you. Second thing, financial opportunities arising through your creativity. Now I need to talk to you about something I know has been occupying your thoughts, something that may have kept you awake at night. I'm talking about money, about prosperity, about financial stability. My dear Gemini, the universe knows exactly what you need, and in January it will open financial doors through what is your greatest treasure, your creativity. Gemini is a naturally creative sign, full of ideas, full of possibilities, and often you have so many good ideas that you even get lost, not knowing where to start. But January will bring a special focus. It will illuminate a specific path where your creativity can be transformed into a source of income, can be transformed into material prosperity. Perhaps you have a skill that you haven't fully explored yet. Perhaps you have a hidden talent that is waiting for the right time to flourish. Perhaps you have a business idea that has always seemed too risky to put into practice. Well, January is the time to take that step, to trust in your creative capacity and transform it into something concrete, into something that brings financial return to your life. The universe will send very clear signals about which path to follow. It could be through a casual conversation that sparks a brilliant idea. It could be through an opportunity that arises unexpectedly. It could be through someone who recognizes your talent and offers a partnership, a project, a job proposal. Pay attention, be alert, because these opportunities will appear in ways you never imagined, at times you least expected them. And most importantly, don't let fear paralyze you. Don't let insecurity make you reject these opportunities. I know that taking financial risks can be scary. I know that leaving your comfort zone is frightening, but the universe isn't sending you these opportunities to harm you. It's sending them because it knows you have the capacity to seize them, to transform them into success. Trust yourself, trust in your creativity and your ability to achieve. For some Geminis, this second thing the universe has in store for January might manifest in another way. Through a raise at their current job, a promotion or financial recognition that has been a long time coming. If you've been working hard, dedicating yourself, putting effort and energy into what you do, January is the month when that effort will be materially rewarded. Someone important will notice your work, someone will recognize your value, and this will translate into improvements in your financial situation. But there's an important condition here, my love. You need to be open to receiving, you need to believe you deserve prosperity, you need to let go of any guilt or shame related to earning money. The universe wants to bless you, wants to prosper you, but you need to have an open heart to receive these blessings. Don't underestimate your worth, don't accept less than you deserve. Don't be afraid to charge a fair price for your work, your talent, your dedication. January is a month of financial abundance for Gemini, but you need to do your part. You need to position yourself as someone who deserves and is ready to receive. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal, and you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive, messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. Now let's continue with our video. Third thing, a profound awakening of your personal power and self-confidence. My dear Gemini, now I need to tell you something very important, something that will completely change the way you see yourself and how you position yourself in the world. The third thing the universe has in store for you in January is a profound awakening of your personal power, a strengthening of your self-confidence that will make you feel like you are being reborn. I know that you, as a Gemini, can sometimes feel insecure, doubt your own abilities, compare yourself to others and think you're not on the right path. This duality that is part of your nature sometimes confuses you, makes you question whether you are making the right choices, whether you are being the person you should be. But January will bring such great clarity, such a deep certainty about who you really are, that all these doubts will begin to disappear like smoke in the wind. You will look in the mirror and finally recognize the powerful being that has always been there, hidden beneath layers of insecurity, fear, and old conditioning. This awakening of personal power will happen through practical situations in your life. You will find yourself reacting differently to provocations that previously shook you. You will realize that malicious comments no longer affect you in the same way. You will notice that you are able to establish healthy boundaries without feeling guilty. It's as if an inner strength that has always been dormant finally awakens, and you begin to act from a place of genuine confidence, of true certainty about your worth and your place in the world. The people around you will notice this change. They will notice that you are different, more assertive, more decisive, more present. And this will completely change the dynamics of your relationships, because when you truly respect yourself, when you recognize your own value, other people automatically begin to respect you too. You will no longer accept crumbs of attention. You will no longer settle for mediocre relationships. You will no longer allow people to treat you any old way. But I need to warn you about something important. This awakening of personal power might scare some people around you, especially those who were used to your more insecure, submissive version, the one more willing to please everyone. Some people might even try to make you feel guilty for being more confident. They might say you're arrogant, that you've changed for the worse, that you're not the same person anymore. Don't believe those voices, my love. These are just people who benefited from your insecurity, who liked having you small because it made them feel bigger. Your growth, your strengthening, your awakening is not a threat to those who truly love you, to those who truly want what's best for you. Those who truly love you will celebrate this transformation, will rejoice in seeing you become the best version of yourself. So don't dim your light to make other people feel comfortable. Don't back down in your growth process for fear of losing relationships that perhaps weren't even healthy from the start. January will also bring you situations where you'll need to use this renewed personal power. It could be a situation at work where you need to defend your ideas, a family moment where you need to take a stand on something important, or a conflict in a relationship where you need to speak your truth with courage. The universe will place you in these situations precisely so that you can exercise this newly awakened power, so that you can practice the self-confidence that is blossoming within you. And every time you take a stand, every time you speak your truth, every time you act from your personal power, you will feel stronger, more confident, more connected to who you truly are. This is a process of construction, my dear, and January is the month where you lay the foundations for this new version of yourself. This more empowered, more conscious, more authentic version. Accept this gift from the universe, embrace this transformation, and allow this personal power to guide you to even more extraordinary paths. Fourth thing, healing past relationships and new beginnings in love. Now I'm going to talk about a subject that touches everyone's heart, a subject that stirs the deepest emotions. Love, relationships, and emotional connections. My dear Gemini, the fourth thing the universe has prepared for you in January has to do with your heart, your relationships, and the people who are part of your love life. And this blessing comes in two very specific ways. First, bringing healing to past relationships that still hurt you, that still occupy space in your heart, that still prevent you from fully living in the present. Second, opening doors to new beginnings, to new possibilities, to true connections that are waiting to enter your life. If you are single, January brings hope, renewal, and the promise of meaningful encounters. If you are in a relationship, January brings the opportunity to deepen that connection, to resolve pending issues, and to build something even more solid and true. Let's start by talking about healing the past, because before making room for the new, the universe needs to help you cleanse old wounds, to heal the pain that still bleeds in your heart. You know what I'm talking about, my love. That person who hurt you deeply, that relationship that ended painfully, those words that were said and that have been echoing in your mind ever since. January will bring the healing you so desperately need. And this healing can come in many forms. It could be through a conversation that finally brings the closure that was missing. It could be through an apology you've been waiting for a long time. It could be through a deep understanding that arises within you and allows you to forgive, allows you to move forward without carrying this weight anymore. The important thing is that you are open to this healing, that you don't remain trapped in bitterness, anger, and resentment. These emotions are like chains that bind you to the past, that prevent you from flying towards the future that awaits you. For some Geminis, this healing might mean reconnecting with someone from the past, but in a completely different way, a more mature, conscious, and respectful way. Not necessarily a romantic return, but a reconnection that brings peace, mutual understanding, and transforms a painful story into a story of learning. For other Geminis, healing will come precisely from definitive distancing, from accepting that some stories need to end so that new ones can begin. And that's okay, my dear. Not every relationship is meant to last forever, nor is every person who comes into our lives meant to stay. Some people appear to teach us important lessons, and when the lesson is learned, it's time for each person to go their own way. January will give you the wisdom to know what's best for you, to distinguish what's worth rescuing from what needs to be left behind. Now let's talk about new beginnings in love, because after healing comes renewal. After cleansing comes the possibility of something new. If you are single and longing to find someone special, January brings very good news for you. The universe is preparing a meaningful encounter, aligning the paths so that you meet someone who truly matches you, who resonates with your essence, who understands your Gemini nature. It could be someone you meet unexpectedly, in a place you never imagined, or it could be someone already in your life but whom you had never looked at in this way. Pay attention to the signs, pay attention to the opportunities, because love can knock on your door in a very surprising way. And when that happens, don't let fear paralyze you. Don't let past wounds prevent you from opening yourself to this new possibility. This is a new chapter, a new story, and you deserve to live it fully. For those already in a relationship, January brings the opportunity to renew your vows, to remember why you chose each other, to build an even deeper and truer connection. Important conversations will happen. You will be able to resolve issues that were causing friction. You will find new ways to connect, to understand each other, to love each other. The important thing is not to be afraid to be vulnerable, to show your heart, to express what you truly feel. Fifth thing, a transformation in your routine and daily habits. My dear Gemini, now I need to talk to you about something that may seem simple, but has enormous power to transform your life in a practical and concrete way. The fifth thing the universe has reserved for you in January is a complete transformation in your routine, your daily habits, the way you organize your day-to-day life. I know you might be thinking, but what's so special about routine? And I answer you, everything, my love, absolutely everything. Our lives are made up of small moments, small choices, small actions that we repeat every day. And it is precisely these small habits that build the reality we live in. If you want to change your life, if you want to achieve your goals, if you want to become the best version of yourself, you need to start by transforming your routine. You need to start by changing your daily habits. And January is the perfect month to do this, because the universe will give you all the necessary energy, all the necessary motivation, all the necessary willpower to implement lasting changes in your life. Gemini is a sign that has a lot of difficulty with routine, you know that. You love variety, you love novelty, you love trying different things every day. And the idea of following a fixed routine can seem extremely boring to you. But I need to tell you an important truth. Routine doesn't mean prison. Routine doesn't mean monotony. Routine doesn't mean giving up your freedom and spontaneity. In fact, a good routine is quite the opposite. A well-structured routine gives you more freedom because you don't need to spend mental energy deciding what to do at every moment. You already know what needs to be done and can do it on autopilot, saving your creative energy for truly important things. Think about it. If you have a well-defined morning routine, you don't need to spend every day thinking about how you're going to start the day. You simply start, and this frees your mind to think about more interesting, more creative, more productive things. January will show you exactly which habits you need to change, which routines you need to implement, which patterns you need to break. Pay attention to the areas of your life that are messy, the areas that cause you stress, the areas where you feel you're not progressing. These are the points where routine transformation will make the biggest difference. You might need to better organize your work time, you might need to create an exercise routine, you might need to establish healthier sleep schedules, you might need to better organize your diet. Look, I'm not saying you need to become a completely different person overnight. I'm not saying you need to follow a perfect military routine. I'm saying that small changes in your daily habits can bring enormous results to your quality of life, your productivity, your physical and mental health. The universe will help you in this transformation process. It will give you the discipline that Gemini sometimes lacks. It will give you the persistence needed to maintain new habits, even when the initial excitement fades. Because that's what happens, right, my love? In the beginning, you're super excited about the changes, you start everything with enthusiasm, but after a few weeks the motivation goes away and you go back to old patterns. But January is different. January has a special energy of support, of permanence, of solid construction. The habits you implement this month have a much greater chance of becoming permanent, of truly integrating into your life. So take advantage of this cosmic energy, use it to create the routine you've always wanted, to develop the habits that will lead you to your goals. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, it has to be consistent. It's better to make a small change every day than to make a gigantic change just once and then give up. Think about building, about gradual progress, about small steps that added together will take you very far. January is the month to lay the foundations for this new routine, this new version of your daily life, and the universe will be by your side every step of the way. Sixth thing, important revelations about your life purpose and spiritual mission. My dear Gemini, the time has come for me to talk about something very profound, something that touches the most intimate essence of your being. The sixth thing the universe has prepared for you in January is important revelations about your life purpose, about your spiritual mission on this planet, about the reason you came here, about what you are destined to accomplish during your existence. I know these are questions we all ask ourselves at some point in life. Why am I here? What is my purpose? What did I come to do in this world? And for many people, these questions remain unanswered for years, for decades, sometimes for a lifetime. But for you, Gemini, January will bring clarity to these questions. It will illuminate the path you should follow. It will reveal the mission that has been engraved in your soul since before you were born. And when you discover this, when you finally understand what your purpose is, everything will make sense, all the pieces of the puzzle will fit together, and you will feel a deep peace taking over your heart. These revelations will reach you in many different ways. They may come through very vivid dreams, dreams that seem more real than reality itself, dreams where you receive clear messages about the path you should follow. They may come through sudden intuitions that hit you like a lightning bolt, insights that appear out of nowhere and make you understand something that was previously completely obscure. They may come through impressive synchronicities, those moments when you think of something and seconds later receive confirmation from the universe, those coincidences that are so perfect that you know they aren't real coincidences. They may come through deep conversations with wise people who appear in your life at just that moment to guide you, to advise you, to show you paths you didn't even know existed. They may even come through difficulties, through obstacles that force you to look inside yourself and discover strengths you didn't even know you had. The important thing is that you are present, that you are attentive, that you don't let these revelations go unnoticed. To understand your life's purpose, you first need to understand who you are at your deepest essence. And Gemini has some very special characteristics that are important clues about your spiritual mission. You are a natural communicator, someone who has the gift of translating complex ideas into simple words, of building bridges between different people, of connecting worlds that seemed separate. You are curious, always seeking to learn, always wanting to understand how things work, always open to new experiences and new knowledge. You are versatile, able to adapt to different situations, able to talk to all kinds of people, able to move through diverse environments with ease. You are intelligent, have a quick and insightful mind, able to make connections that other people cannot see. All these characteristics are not random, my love, they are all related to the mission you came to fulfill in this life. The universe gave you these gifts because you will need to use them to fulfill your purpose. January will reveal to you how to use your gifts in service of something greater, how to put your talents to work not only for your personal benefit, but for the collective good, to help others, to make a difference in the world. Perhaps your purpose is related to teaching, to sharing knowledge, to educating people in some way. Perhaps it's related to communication on a broader level, to spreading important messages, to being a voice that needs to be heard. Perhaps it's related to making connections between people, to creating communities, to uniting groups that were separated. Perhaps it's related to innovation, to bringing new ideas to the world, to thinking outside the box and creating solutions that no one had thought of before. Whatever your specific purpose, January will give you clear clues about it, and you will begin to feel a very strong inner calling pulling you in a certain direction. Don't ignore this calling, my dear. When the soul speaks, when the spirit whispers, when the universe reveals, it's time to listen attentively and act with courage. Seventh thing, strengthening your physical health and vital energy. Now I'm going to talk about something extremely important, something that people often overlook, but that is the foundation of everything. Your physical health, your body, your vital energy. My dear Gemini, the seventh thing the universe has reserved for you in January is a profound strengthening of your health, a renewal of your vitality, a significant increase in your physical energy. I know that you, as a Gemini, live a lot in your mind, you live a lot in the world of ideas, thoughts, words, and sometimes you end up forgetting that you also have a physical body that needs care, attention, and affection. How many times have you spent hours and hours thinking, studying, talking, without even realizing that you were hungry, thirsty, tired? How many times have you sacrificed sleep to finish something that seemed urgent? How many times have you ignored your body's signals asking for rest, asking for movement, asking for proper nutrition? Because January will make you look at your body with more respect, with more care, with more awareness that this is the home of your soul. It is the temple where you live, and it deserves all your attention. The improved health you'll experience in January isn't something passive. It won't magically happen without you doing anything. The universe will give you the energy, the motivation, the desire to take better care of yourself. But you need to do your part. You need to take the necessary actions to improve your physical health. And this starts with very simple but very powerful things. Eating better, choosing foods that truly nourish your body instead of foods that only satisfy your palate momentarily. Drinking more water because your body is mostly made of water, and it needs this constant hydration to function well. Getting enough sleep, respecting the hours of sleep your body needs to recover, to regenerate, to process everything you experience during the day. Moving your body because we weren't made to be still, we were made to move, to dance, to walk, to stretch, to feel our bodies in action. It doesn't have to be anything extreme. You don't need to become a high-performance athlete. You just need to start paying attention to this body that serves you so well every day. January will also bring healing to health issues that may have been bothering you for some time. That pain that comes and goes, that discomfort you've become accustomed to living with, that problem you've been putting off going to the doctor to investigate. This is the month to take care of these issues, to seek professional help if necessary, to no longer ignore the signals your body is sending. Because the body speaks, my love, the body always speaks, and when we don't listen to the whispers, it needs to start shouting, and then what was a small problem becomes something much bigger. So pay attention, be proactive, take care of your health before it becomes a serious problem. The universe will give you all the strength you need to make the necessary changes, to have the discipline to follow treatments, to have the patience to wait for results, to have the faith that your body has an incredible capacity to heal itself when it receives what it needs. But this renewal of vital energy isn't just about the physical body. It's also about your subtle energy, your energy field, your vibration. January will help you cleanse heavy energies you've been carrying, negative energies you've absorbed from others, dense energies that have accumulated over time. You'll feel a new lightness, a sensation of being lighter, looser, freer. And this renewed energy will be reflected in all areas of your life. You'll have more energy to work, more energy to connect with people, more vitality to pursue your dreams. It's as if you're plugged into a cosmic outlet, receiving a complete recharge of vital energy. Take advantage of this moment. Use this energy to your advantage. Put it into motion through concrete actions that bring you closer to your goals. And don't forget to thank your body every day, to recognize the miracle of being alive, of having health, of being able to feel, move, and exist in this physical world. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forms of healing. And when you give thanks to your body, it responds by becoming even stronger, even healthier, even more vital. 8th thing. Meaningful social connections and expanding your network of relationships. My dear Gemini, now I'm going to talk about something that's very much connected to the nature of your sign, something that makes the Gemini heart beat faster. Human connections, friendships, social relationships, the network of people who are part of your life. The 8th thing the universe has prepared for you in January is a significant expansion of your social network, the strengthening of existing friendships, and the emergence of new connections that will be very important for your personal and professional growth. Gemini is a naturally social sign. You love to talk, you love to meet new people, you love to exchange ideas and experiences, and January will give you wonderful opportunities to do exactly that. You will meet incredible people, people who think similarly to you but who at the same time bring different perspectives, people who will inspire you, motivate you, and challenge you to grow. And these connections are not random, my love. The universe is bringing these people into your life for a very specific reason, because each of them has something important to teach you or because you have something important to teach them. Some of these new connections can happen in very unexpected ways. Could be that person who sits next to you at an event and you start talking as if you've known each other for years. It could be someone you meet through a mutual friend and discover you have many things in common. It could be a connection that arises through social media, through an online group, through a virtual community you're part of. It could even be someone you already knew but with whom, in January, you'll grow much closer, creating a true friendship where before there was only a superficial acquaintance. Be open to these connections. Don't let shyness or fear of exposure prevent you from meeting new people. I know that sometimes it can be tempting to socialize, to leave the house, to participate in events, but in January it's well worth making that effort, because the people who cross your path this month can change your life in ways you can't even imagine. January is also an excellent month to strengthen existing friendships, to reconnect with loved ones you've drifted apart from due to the rush of life, and to resolve misunderstandings that have created distance between you and someone you care about. You know that friend you always think about calling but end up not calling because you think too much time has passed, that things have gotten awkward, that maybe the person doesn't even want to talk to you anymore? Well, in January you'll have the courage to make that contact, and you'll discover that the person was also thinking about you, also missed you, also wanted to reconnect but didn't know how. The universe has a perfect way of bringing the right people together at the right time, and January will bring several of these special reunions into your life. And that's not all. The friendships you already have will deepen. They'll gain a new quality, because you'll be more present, more attentive, more willing to cultivate these relationships. But I also need to talk about an important aspect of this social expansion that will happen in January. Not all connections are meant to last forever, and not everyone in your life today needs to remain a part of it going forward. January will also give you clarity about which relationships are genuine and which are superficial, which friendships are nourishing and which are toxic, which people truly care about you and which are only there for their own gain. And this clarity might hurt a little, my love, because you might discover that some people you considered friends aren't really friends at all, that some relationships you thought were solid don't have such a firm foundation. But this is a necessary pain, a healing pain, a pain that frees you from connections that were only holding you back, limiting you, preventing you from growing. When you let go of what no longer serves you, you make room for what truly has value, for the people who truly deserve to be in your life. So don't be afraid to walk away from toxic relationships, to end friendships that have served their purpose, to set clear boundaries with people who don't respect you. The universe will give you all the strength you need to make these difficult but liberating choices. Ninth thing, financial abundance through multiple income streams. My dear Gemini, the time has come to talk again about money, about prosperity, about material abundance, because the universe has more financial gifts prepared for you in January. The ninth thing reserved for you this month is the opening of multiple income streams, the possibility of earning money in different ways, of diversifying your financial income instead of depending on just one source. And this has everything to do with the nature of Gemini, which is a versatile, multi-talented sign, capable of doing many different things and doing them all well. You don't need to limit yourself to a single profession, a single job, a single way of earning money. In fact, Gemini thrives precisely when there is variety, when different talents can be used, when diverse activities can be alternated. January will show you concrete possibilities for creating these multiple income streams. It will give you ideas on how to monetize skills you have but never thought of using professionally. It will connect you with opportunities that allow you to earn money doing things you enjoy. Think about it. How many things are you good at but have never considered turning into a source of income? Maybe you're good with words and could offer writing services, text editing, or content creation. Maybe you're good at teaching and could give private lessons, create online courses, or share knowledge in a way that other people are willing to pay for. Maybe you have manual skills and could create handcrafted products, do personalized work, or sell your creations. Maybe you're good with technology and could offer consulting, equipment maintenance, or help people who have difficulty with digital tools. The possibilities are endless, my love, and January will illuminate those that make the most sense to you. Those where you have the best chances of success. Those that match your lifestyle and your values. The important thing is to be open to seeing these possibilities, to considering options that may seem different or unusual, to trying new things without fear of making mistakes. One very important thing you need to understand about having multiple income streams is that it doesn't necessarily mean working longer hours or exhausting yourself trying to do 1,000 things at once. It means being strategic, using your time intelligently, and creating systems that work even when you're not actively working on them. For example, you can create a digital product that sells while you sleep, establish partnerships where you receive commissions for referrals, or invest in something that generates passive income. Gemini has an incredible ability to multitask without sacrificing quality, but you need to learn to work smartly, not just hard. Janeiro will teach you these strategies, show you how to optimize your time, automate processes, and create income streams that don't depend on your constant presence. But I need to warn you about something important. When you start to prosper financially, when you start earning more money, especially in diversified ways, some people around you may react with envy, jealousy, and malicious comments. They may say you're earning too much money, that you're becoming greedy, that you're changing because of money. Don't listen to those voices, my dear. Financial abundance is not a sin, it's not shameful, it's not a reason to feel guilty. You deserve to prosper, you deserve to have plenty, you deserve to live in material comfort. The universe is abundant, There is enough money for everyone, and you earning more doesn't mean someone else will earn less. So accept this financial blessing with gratitude. Use your money wisely. Invest in yourself and the people you love, and also use a portion to help those in need, to do good in the world. When money circulates consciously and generously, it multiplies even more, and January will prove this truth to you in a very practical and concrete way. 10th thing. Developing your intuition and spiritual connection. My dear Gemini, now I'm going to talk about something very special, very profound, very sacred. The 10th thing the universe has prepared for you in January is a significant development of your intuition and a deepening of your spiritual connection. Gemini is a very mental sign, very rational, very connected to logical thinking and intellectual analysis, and that's wonderful. It's an incredible gift you have. But there is another type of knowledge beyond intellectual knowledge. There is another way of knowing things that doesn't pass through the mind but through the heart, the soul, the spirit. This form of knowledge is called intuition, and we all have it, but many people don't know how to access it, don't trust it, don't value it. January will awaken this intuitive capacity of yours that may have been dormant for a long time. It will teach you to listen to the inner voice that always knows what is best for you. It will connect you with spiritual dimensions of existence that you may not even have known existed. And when you develop that intuition, when you learn to trust it, your life changes completely, because you start making better decisions, choosing paths more aligned with your highest good, and avoiding situations and people that are not good for you. Intuition is like a muscle that needs to be exercised. It needs to be used to become stronger. And January will give you several opportunities to practice using your intuition, to test it, to see how it works in practice. You will begin to realize that you know things you shouldn't logically know, that you have hunches that are confirmed, that you receive internal warnings that save you from complicated situations. It could be that strange feeling of not doing something even without a rational reason, and then you discover that it was lucky you didn't do it because something went wrong. It could be that sudden insight about a person you just met, an immediate impression that you can trust them or not, and time proves you were right. It could be that thought that pops up out of nowhere telling you to call someone, and when you call you discover that the person needed help at that very moment. These are examples of how intuition works, and the more you pay attention to it, the more you trust it, the more you act based on it, the stronger it will become. Along with the development of intuition comes a deepening of your spiritual connection, your relationship with something greater than yourself, whether you call it God, the universe, divine energy, source, creator, or any other name that makes sense to you. January will make you feel this divine presence in a much more intense, much more real, much closer way. You will realize that you are never alone, that there is always a higher power guiding you, protecting you, loving you unconditionally. And this perception brings a profound peace, an inner security that nothing external can shake. You may go through storms, you may face difficult challenges, you may go through complicated moments, but if you are connected to the spiritual, if you trust in this higher power, you know that everything will be all right in the end. You know that you are being cared for. You know that there is a greater purpose in everything that happens. To deepen this spiritual connection, January invites you to create practices that help you connect with this sacred dimension of life. This could be through meditation, which calms Gemini's chattering mind and opens space to hear the voice of the spirit. It could be through prayer, a way to converse with the divine, to ask for help, to give thanks for blessings. It could be through contact with nature, which reconnects you with creation, with beauty, with the perfection of the universe. It could be through spiritual readings, studies on spirituality, and the pursuit of knowledge on these subjects. It could be through energetic practices such as yoga, Tai Chi, and Reiki, which work with the subtle energy of the body. It could even be through art, music, dance, or any creative expression that puts you in a state of transcendence. The important thing is for you to find what works for you, what resonates with your soul, what makes you feel connected to something greater. And when you find it, dedicate some time to this practice every day. Make it a priority in your life, because this spiritual connection will be your anchor. It will be your source of strength. It will be what sustains you in difficult times and what propels you forward in good times. 11th thing. Healing from family traumas and achieving harmony in relationships with relatives. My dear Gemini, now is the time to talk about a delicate but very important subject, one that touches the heart of anyone. Family relationships, issues stemming from our origins, from our family nucleus. The 11th thing the universe has prepared for you in January is a profound healing of family traumas, an opportunity to resolve old conflicts, to heal wounds from childhood, to bring harmony to your relationships with your relatives. I know this can be a complicated topic. I know that not all families are perfect. I know that many people carry deep pain related to their family of origin. Perhaps you grew up in a difficult environment. Perhaps you suffered from a lack of understanding from your parents. Perhaps you felt misunderstood by your siblings. Perhaps you experienced situations that negatively marked you. And these wounds don't disappear on their own with time. They remain there, hidden within the heart, influencing how you relate to other people, how you see yourself, how you live your life. But January brings the possibility of healing. It brings the opportunity to transform these pains into learning, to give new meaning to these difficult experiences, to find peace with your family past. This healing can happen in many different ways, depending on each person's specific situation. For some Geminis, healing will come through important conversations with family members, conversations where you can finally talk openly about things that have always been kept hidden, about hurts that were never expressed, about misunderstandings that caused estrangement. January brings the perfect energy for these difficult conversations because it will give you the courage to say what needs to be said, and at the same time soften the hearts of others, creating a welcoming environment where everyone can express themselves without fear of judgment. It could be that conversation with your parents where you can finally say how you felt about certain attitudes of theirs, and they can listen without becoming defensive. They can acknowledge the mistakes they made. They can apologize if necessary. It could be that conversation with a brother or sister where you resolve an old argument, where you remember the good times you had together, where you decide to build a better relationship from now on. For other Geminis, healing will come not through direct contact with family, but through inner work of acceptance, forgiveness, and understanding. Because sometimes the people who hurt us are no longer present in our lives, or are unwilling to acknowledge what they did, or lack the emotional capacity for these deep conversations. And in these cases, healing needs to happen within you, through a process of forgiveness, not because the person deserves forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. Forgiving doesn't mean saying what happened was right. It doesn't mean resuming a close relationship with the person who hurt you. It doesn't mean forgetting what happened. Forgiving means releasing the weight of resentment from your heart. It means stopping giving these people power over your life. It means choosing your inner peace above all else. January will give you the strength you need to do this inner work, to look with compassion at the people who hurt you and understand that they were also suffering, that they also had their wounds, that they did the best they could with the emotional resources they had at the time. And for those Geminis who have a good relationship with their family, January brings the opportunity to further strengthen those bonds, to create special moments of togetherness, to celebrate the love and harmony that exists between you. You will feel like spending more time with your family members. You will have the patience to listen to the stories of the elders. You will be willing to play with the children. You will want to organize gatherings where everyone can be together. And these moments will be very special, creating beautiful memories that will be kept in everyone's hearts. Because family, when healthy, when loving, when respectful, is one of the greatest blessings we can have in life. So take care of your family, value the people who truly love you, cultivate these relationships with affection and dedication. And if your blood family doesn't give you the love and support you need, remember that you can create your own family with the friends you choose, with the people who truly understand you and accept you as you are. 12th thing. Fulfillment of old dreams and manifestation of heart's desires. My dear Gemini, we've reached the last of the 12 things the universe has prepared for you in January, and I've saved one of the most special for last. The 12th blessing reserved for you this month is the fulfillment of old dreams. Dreams you've carried in your heart for a long time. Desires you'd sometimes even given up on seeing realized. January is a month of powerful manifestation for Gemini. A month where what you desire from the heart has a much greater chance of materializing, of leaving the world of ideas and becoming a reality in the physical world. And this isn't magic, it's not superficial positive thinking, it's a perfect combination of favorable cosmic energy, of you being aligned with your purpose, of doors opening at the right time, of synchronicities happening to take you exactly where you need to be. But I need to tell you something very important. Dreams don't come true on their own, desires don't manifest just through thought. You need to do your part, you need to act, you need to take the necessary steps towards what you want. Think of a dream you've had for a long time, something you've always wanted to do, have, or be. It could be something big like buying your own house, changing careers, taking a dream trip, or starting your own business. It could be something smaller but no less important, like learning a new skill, cultivating a hobby you love, or resuming a stalled project. Whatever your dream, January asks you, What are you actively doing to make it a reality? Because the universe will do its part. It will open doors, create opportunities, and align circumstances. But you need to do your part. You need to walk through those doors that open. You need to seize those opportunities that appear. You need to act when circumstances are favorable. Many people wait for the perfect moment to start, waiting to have all the ideal conditions, waiting to be absolutely certain that it will work out. But the truth is that the perfect moment doesn't exist. Conditions will never be completely ideal, and nobody has absolute certainty about anything. What exists is now, this moment, January 2025, bringing favorable energies for you to start walking towards your dreams. January will also make you reevaluate your dreams, making you question whether what you think you want is truly what your heart desires, or if it's something you think you should want due to social pressure, family expectations, or comparison with others. Because sometimes we carry dreams that aren't truly ours. They're dreams that other people planted in our heads, desires that come from a place of insecurity, not from a place of authenticity. And when you chase a dream that isn't genuinely yours, even if you manage to achieve it, you won't feel complete, you won't feel happy, you won't feel it was worthwhile. So use the energy of January to honestly review your dreams, to truly ask yourself what you want. What would make your heart sing with joy? What would make you wake up every day excited about life? And when you identify those true desires, those authentic dreams that come from your deepest essence, then put all your energy into achieving them. Because those are the dreams that will lead you to your best destiny. And there's something very beautiful that can happen in January. You might discover that some of your old dreams have already come true in ways you didn't even realize. Sometimes we get so focused on how we imagine things should be that we don't realize they're already good the way they are, that we already have much of what we desired. For example, maybe you dreamed of having a loving family, and looking around you realize you already have friends who are like family to you. Maybe you dreamed of doing a job that fulfilled you, and reflecting on it you realize you're already doing something that brings you satisfaction, even if it's not exactly how you imagined it. Maybe you dreamed of having stability, and evaluating your life you realize you've already achieved much more than you had before. So January also invites you to practice gratitude for the dreams that have already come true, to recognize how far you've come, how much you've achieved, how much you've grown. And this gratitude, my love, is like a magnet that attracts even more blessings, that manifests even more dreams, that multiplies abundance in your life. Be grateful for what you already have while you work towards achieving what you still want, and you will see how the universe responds generously to this attitude of gratitude combined with action. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal, and you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive, messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. My dear Gemini, we've reached the end of this very special video, and I sincerely hope that every word has touched you, that every message has resonated with your soul, that every revelation has illuminated a little more the path you are treading. We talked about 12 wonderful things that the universe has prepared for you in January 2025. 12 cosmic gifts that will completely transform your life if you are open to receiving them, if you act according to the signs being sent to you, if you trust the process and the divine wisdom that is orchestrating everything for your highest good. To quickly recap everything we've discussed here. First, a complete renewal of your mental energy and communication. Second, financial opportunities arising through your creativity. Third, a profound awakening of your personal power and self-confidence. Fourth, healing of past relationships and new beginnings in love. Fifth, a transformation in your routine and daily habits. Sixth, important revelations about your life purpose and spiritual mission. Seventh, strengthening your physical health and vital energy. Eighth, meaningful social connections and expansion of your network of relationships. Ninth, financial abundance through multiple sources of income. 10th, development of your intuition and spiritual connection. 11th, healing of family traumas and harmony in relationships with relatives. And 12th, fulfillment of old dreams and manifestation of heart's desires. There are 12 different areas of your life that will receive powerful blessings this January. 12 opportunities for growth, healing, and transformation that the universe is placing before you. But I need to remind you of something very important. Knowing this information is not enough. You need to act on it, You need to be attentive to the signs. You need to seize the opportunities when they appear. The universe has done its part by bringing you to this video, showing you what is to come, giving you the treasure map. Now it's up to you, my love. You are the one who will decide whether you will follow this map, whether you will take the necessary steps, whether you will have the courage to embrace these changes that are coming into your life. And I am certain, absolutely certain, that you are capable of taking advantage of each of these 12 blessings, of transforming them into concrete reality in your life, of making January 2025 the most transformative month you have ever lived. So here's my challenge for you, my invitation for you to make a commitment to yourself. Choose at least 3 of these 12 things that the universe has prepared for you and define concrete actions you will take this month to activate these blessings in your life. It could be starting a new healthcare routine. It could be pursuing that creative opportunity you've been putting off. It could be having that important conversation with a family member. It could be anything that aligns with the messages you received here. And after you define these actions, I want you to come here in the comments and share with me what your choice was, what you decided to do, how you will use this knowledge to improve your life. Also, leave your birth date here so that the energy of this video connects even more with your personal energy, with your unique astrological chart, with the specific purpose you came to fulfill in this life. And don't forget, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, this is the perfect time to subscribe, to activate the notification bell, to become part of this beautiful community of people seeking growth, transformation, and spiritual connection. Every video I make here is made with a lot of love, with a lot of dedication, with the genuine intention of helping you become the best version of yourself. If the messages in this video touched your heart, if you felt these words were written especially for you, consider becoming a channel member, supporting this work that is done with so much dedication and care. Your contribution makes all the difference, allowing me to continue creating content that transforms lives, brings hope, and illuminates paths. And always remember, you are not alone on this journey. The universe is by your side every step of the way. I am here cheering you on, believing in your potential, knowing that you are capable of extraordinary things. January is just the beginning, my dear. This is the first month of a year that will be incredible for you. A year of achievements, of accomplishments, of dreams coming true. So take a deep breath, trust the process, open your heart to receive all the blessings that are coming, and walk with faith towards your best destiny. I wish you a wonderful January full of light, full of love, full of prosperity. Until the next video, and may the stars always shine in your favor.